This is Celebration TV.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offence.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikunle Amosu.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James and many thanks for joining us. Quickly look at the news making the rounds for today. Registrar circular on varsity reopening falls in Malaysia, says OAU. Ousted Malian leader Ibrahim Boubacar Keita hospitalized. On Jacob Blake, Trump visits Kenosha to back police after shooting. PUA partners actions of France on 200,000 barrel per day Akwa Ibom integrated refinery. NFF to unveil Eagles' new jerseys in October. So we thought I would bring you the news stories and more after this break. Welcome back, and now the news in details. Registrar circular on varsity reopening falls in Malaysia, says OAU. Authorities of the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, on Tuesday told the public to disregard a circular purportedly issued and signed by the university registrar on reopening plans. A statement by the public relations officer of the university, Abiodun Olariwaju, said the federal government that shut the institution in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic had not reversed the order. The statement read in part, the university management wishes to officially inform our students at all levels, their parents and guardians, that the said circular is fake and malicious both in content and context, and it should be disregarded in its entirety. Obafemi Awolowo University is a federal government-owned institution, and the instruction to go on recess in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic in the month of March 2020 by the federal government has not been reversed. Moving forward, water resources confusion over bill as reps leaders disagree over hearing. There was confusion on Tuesday over the water resources bill as two leaders of the House of Representatives sharply disagreed over public hearings on it. The chairman of the House Committee on Rules and Business, Abubakar Fulata, who reintroduced the bill on July 23, 2020, said there would be no more public hearings on it. He said a public hearing on the bill was held in the 8th National Assembly, adding that there was no need for another in the current 9th Assembly. But some National Assembly members from the Middle Belt and southern parts of the country vowed to resist any attempt to pass the bill. The executive had in 2017 presented a controversial bill to both chambers of the National Assembly. The bill seeks to transfer the control of water resources from the states to the federal government. The Senate on May 24, 2018 considered the executive bill for second reading, during which senators were divided across regional lines. While northern senators supported the proposal and its objectives, their southern counterparts opposed it. The controversy the bill generated frustrated its passage by both the Senate and House of Representatives. In another story, on CAMA update, Can Rights Buhari says law dangerous to national interest. The Christian Association of Nigeria on Tuesday demanded the suspension of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. Khan, in a position paper, said CAMA 2020 has the potential that can further undermine the faith of stakeholders in the Nigerian state. This is just as the presidency said CAMA did not target religious organizations. It accused some politicians of latching on to the criticism of CAMA to wrongly characterize its purposes as an anti-religious law. A special assistant to the President on Niger-Delta Affairs and former National Assembly Presidential Liaison Officer Senator Ita Enag made a clarification during a brief ceremony at the Secretariat of CAN in Abuja, where he received the position paper of CAN on behalf of the President Muhammadu Buhari. The letter signed by the President of CAN, Dr. Samson Ayokunle, was delivered by a former chaplain of Asu Villa Chapel and General Overseer of All Christians Fellowship Mission, Maitama, Reverend William Okoye. The letter reads partly, "We consider the act as indeed a complex of statecraft compendium laden with issues that are grossly inimical to national interest, security, peace and stability and overall well-being of the Nigerian state." From the reactions of stakeholders and a cross-section of the Nigerian state, it is apparent that the act either did not receive input from the respective various interest groups or failed to accommodate their views, sundry concerns and varying interests of the Nigerian people. CAN said the law ought to welcome and accommodate the sundry and varying interests of the Nigerian people. And now coming from around Africa, ousted Malian leader Ibrahim Boubacar Keita hospitalized. Mali's ousted leader Ibrahim Boubacar Keita has been hospitalized. President Keita was checked in late Tuesday at a private clinic, intensifying fears about the 75-year-old's health after being detained for 10 days by the junta now in power. He was ultimately released last week and taken home, where he has remained under military surveillance. But concerns has mounted on the former leader's state of health during his time in military custody in the barracks at Kati, outside the capital, Bamako. A family source had indicated he had been unable to see his personal doctor then. Following his resignation on the evening of August 18, the international community decried his ouster and arrest by the military, while regional bloc ECOWAS called for his reinstatement. Keita, however, is believed to no longer be interested in staying in power. He had 3 years left to complete his second term in office. After all, he was to complete his term in office before being ousted by the military in what was a dramatic twist months of political unrest fueled by opposition protests and demonstrations. His present condition was not immediately known, and it was unclear whether he would be evacuated abroad for medical treatment given the circumstances. Still from around Africa, Nobel laureate McDonald calls on EU to act against DRC crimes. Congolese Nobel Peace Prize winner Dr. Denis Mukwege is calling on the European Union to implement a system that would allow people to raise the alarm to prevent atrocities. Mukwege spoke to EU lawmakers on Monday via video link. He said, "We need to create a system which allows people to raise the alarm. These individuals who are in different parts of the country do fantastic work to protect their populations and communities and to prevent atrocities." He also called on human rights defenders to be protected themselves. Mukwege is known for founding that is renowned for its work treating survivors of sexual violence. He has faced death threat. The United Nations Human Rights Chief Michelle Bachelet called for a quick investigation into the death threats against Mukwege last week. He praised him as a true hero for his work. The DRC's eastern region has seen separate conflicts involving armed groups and government forces for the past year. Thousands have been killed and 500,000 people have fled the violence. In November, the International Criminal Court passed its highest ever sentence when it sent a Congolese warlord known as the Terminator to prison for 30 years for crimes including murder, rape and sexual slavery. Bosco Ntaganda was found guilty of 18 counts of war crimes and crimes against humanity for his role as a military commander in atrocities during a bloody ethnic conflict in a mineral-rich region of Congo in 2002 to 2003. Right now, we'll be taking a break, and when we return, we shall be looking at updates from the United States. Do well to stay with us. Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth. There is a door set before us to unlock for divine access.
And sumda inko pele entire ozozo.
It's time to ask, seek, knock.
Hello, hello, Baba Ogo. Hello, hello, Baba Ogo.
Holy Ghost Conference 2020, Apostle Johnson and Dr. Lizzie Suleiman. Theme, It Is Written. Date, 2nd through 6th September 2020 by 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. daily. Live at the International Worship Center, Omega Fire Ministries Headquarters, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria. Holy Ghost Conference 2020. No man can stop you.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration. Welcome back. Still on News Desk, Jacob Blake, Trump visits Kenosha to back police after shooting. U.S. President Donald Trump has visited Kenosha, Wisconsin to back law enforcement after the police shooting off a black man sparked civil strife. The Republican president blamed domestic terror for the destruction in the Midwestern city. Kenosha saw days of violence after police shot Jacob Blake in the back and left him paralyzed on 23rd August. Opinion polls show Mr. Trump is narrowing Democratic rival Joe Biden's lead ahead of November's election. The president is pushing a strong law and order message. Mr. Biden has accused Mr. Trump of stoking racial division. Fires are burning and we have a president who fans the flames rather than fighting the flames, the former U.S. vice president said ahead of Tuesday's trip. Looking at more updates, and this time from Asia, Cambodia genocide. Khmer Rouge prison chief Comrade Dodge dies. Comrade Dodge, a former senior figure of the Khmer Rouge convicted of crimes against humanity in Cambodia, has died. He was serving a life sentence after being sentenced by a UN-backed court. Haig Eve, known as Comrade Dodge, ran the notorious Cho's Leng prison where thousands of people were tortured and murdered in the late 1970s. As many as 2 million people are believed to have died under the Khmer Rouge, a Maoist regime that controlled Cambodia from 1975 to 1979. In 2010, Dutch became the first senior Khmer Rouge leader to be convicted by a UN-backed tribunal set up in the Cambodian capital, Phnom Penh. He was sentenced in 2012. He died on Wednesday, aged 77, a spokesperson for the tribunal said, without giving details of the cause. He had been ill for many years. Dodge died this morning at 00:52 a.m. on 2nd September at Khmer Soviet Friendship Hospital. Details of what he died of I can't tell, Khmer Rouge Tribunal spokesman Neth Pictra said. And now moving to the world of business. BUA partners actions of France on 200,000 barrel per day Aquarium integrated refinery. BUA Group on Tuesday signed an agreement with Accents of France for the supply of process technologies for its upcoming 10 million tons per annum mega refinery and petrochemicals facility to be sited in Akwa Ibom State. This multi-billion-dollar integrated 200,000 barrel per day refinery and petrochemical plant aims at producing UV fuels and polypropylene for the domestic and regional market. According to BUA, Accents was selected for its advanced technology licenses, basic engineering, catalyst and art substance, proprietary equipment, training and technical services. A statement by BUA noted that the agreement was signed between the chairman of BUA Group, Abdul Samad Rabiu, and the CEO of Axons, Jean Santenac, in a ceremony presided over by France Minister Delegate for Foreign Trade and Economic Attractiveness, Frank Rister. BUA Group Chairman and CEO Abdul Samad Rabiu said, "This 10 million tons per annum refinery and petrochemicals project is in line with BUA's vision to develop local capacity in key industries where we can add most value and where raw materials can be sourced locally." And still on business, McDonald's discriminates against black franchises lawsuit claims. McDonald's core has been sued by 52 black former franchise owners who accuse the fast food giant of racial discrimination by steering them to depressed, crime-ridden neighborhoods and citing them up rather for failure. In a complaint seeking up to $1 billion of damages, the plaintiff said McDonald's has not offered profitable restaurant locations and growth opportunities to black franchises on the same term as white franchises, belying its public commitment to diversity and black entrepreneurship. The plaintiff said McDonald's saddled them under its standard 20-year franchise agreement with stores requiring high security and insurance costs and whose $2 million average annual sales from 2011 to 2016 was $700,000 below the nationwide norm. Bankruptcy often resulted, they added. And coming up next is from the world of sports as we look at NFF unveiling the Eagles' new jerseys in the month of October. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth. There is a door set before us to unlock for divine access.
And sumda inko pele entire ozoso.
It's time to ask, seek, knock.
Hello, hello, Obaogo. Hello, hello, Obaogo.
Holy Ghost Conference 2020. Apostle Johnson and Dr. Lizzie Suleiman. Theme, It Is Written. Date, 2nd through 6th September 2020. By 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. daily. Live at the International Worship Center, Omega Fire Ministries headquarters, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria. Holy Ghost Conference 2020. No man can stop you.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth.
Welcome back. NFF to unveil Eagles' new jersey in October. The Super Eagles will launch new jerseys designed by kit sponsors Nike for national teams in October. This was announced in a statement by the NFF's Communications Department on Tuesday. Nike Senior Director of Global Communications Heidi Bogut had February 5th shared the designs of the new national team's jerseys on Twitter. New 2020 kits for Nigeria. Home kits hand-drawn design fuses the traditional aesthetic of an agbada robe, modern football design. Away kit trim is inspired by Onism. Broader collection of Super Eagles apparel includes a poncho, vest, dress, and more, Bogut wrote. Further plans for the unveiling were, however, put on hold due to COVID-19. Officials of the NFF, which include Pinnick, Vice President Sheyi Akiwumi and Shehu Diko, General Secretary Mohammed Sanusi, board members Ibrahim Musa Gusau and Felix Anyasi Ogu, Director of Communications Ademola Olajire, Head of Marketing Elizo Chooks, and Special Assistant to PNIC Nasiru Jibril met with officials of Nike, Tina Salminem, David Watson and Lee Murphy via a virtual meeting on Monday. Finishing touches were put to the designs with observations and comments taken, and Nike officials fully briefed on the minute details of the preferences of the NFF chieftains, the NFF statement said. Nike had launched the present national team jerseys May 29, 2018 ahead of the 2018 World Cup in Russia, with the jersey receiving 3 million orders prior to its launch. Nike shops in the UK ran out of stock just 1 hour after it was released to the market 3 days later. In another sports news, Venus out of US Open in first round for the first time. Venus Williams bowed out of the US Open in the first round for the first time in her professional career on Tuesday, losing in straight sets to Karolina Muchova of the Czech Republic. The 40-year-old Williams, making her 22nd appearance at Flushing Meadows in a career that has spanned 4 decades, was beaten 6-3, 7-5. It marked Williams' second consecutive first-round defeat at a Grand Slam event after exiting the Australian Open at the same stage in January. The 7-time Grand Slam champion has not been past the third round at a Slam event since 2017. Williams, however, has no plans to hang up her racket, revealing after her loss that she is already looking ahead to the rescheduled French Open and clay court swing through Europe. She loves the game, Williams said. She is good at what she does. It's easy to stay motivated and excited about doing something so amazing. But many people get to do this, really fortunate and blessed to be someone who has gotten the chance to do it. She says she now looks forward to a few days off. It's been a lot of work, looking forward to just having a little bit of a rest before the clay courts. Muchova, who was only 1 when Williams was playing in her first US Open final in 1997, where she lost to Martina Hingis, always had the veteran American star on the back foot on Tuesday. After losing the first set, Williams rallied in the second to open up a 5-3 lead, seemingly poised to force a third set. But a string of unforced errors allowed Muchova to roar back into the match, and she reeled off 4 consecutive games to close out the win. And that's the size of the news for today from News Desk on Celebration TV. But here is a recap of the news making the rounds. Registrar Secular University reopening falls on Malaysia, says OAU. Ousted Malian leader Ibrahim Boubacar Keita hospitalized. Jacob Blake, Trump visits Kenosha to back police after shooting. BUA partners actions of France on 200,000 barrel per day Aquarium integrated refinery. NFF to unveil Eagles' new jerseys in October. And now to the photo of the day. The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. And don't forget, we want to hear your thoughts on our photos and our quotes. We want to know what you think, and do so by reaching back to us via our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's Celebration TV. On Instagram, My Celebration TV. On Twitter, at My Celebration TV. And on YouTube, Celebration TV. The continuous transformation of our society is a collective responsibility of all, no matter the office you hold, as a nation's president, a thought leader, an opinion molder, a character builder, a professional, or as a person pursuing a passion. You have a duty to give your all to making the society a better place for us and the generations to come. So play your part and do it with all diligence. I am Comfort James, and it is many thanks for watching.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross
Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikunle Amosun.